Alright everybody, and welcome back to the next episode of Tropico number 5. Today we're going to be doing Operation Hippy-Hug Poopy Pump. Hippy-Hug Poopy Pump, that is the name of the day. Because we've got to get the hippies happy. They are really upset with us. I also need to set up the aluminum mines. The aluminium mines! That sort of needs to happen very shortly, and so I'll probably do that pretty soon. I could do the automated mine or a normal mine. The normal mine gives you a whole lot more people that can work there. Well, not that many more. The automated mine's a little, whatever, automated mine. We'll automate the hell out of everything. Did that work? Is that actually happening? Are things occurring in this domicile? Okay, things are already happening over there. So, Operation Hippy-Hug Poopy Pump is going to involve us putting in a bunch of poopy pumps so that the hippies will be happy. And so we have the entertainment and environmentalism. We can do waste treatment plants. However, they do cost us a lot of electricity. Holy hell, did they cost us a lot of electricity. Apparently, it is quite electrifying to remove the poopies from... I don't know. I assume that they're just leaving refuse everywhere. I'm trying not to be immature about this whole thing, but the fact of the matter is we're installing pipes to ship around the manure of our fellow citizens today, and if you can't get a laugh out of that, what precisely can you laugh about in life? And I think that should help us out with our dwindling, well, it's not dwindling, I mean it's bouncing. I think that if you ever found a politician with an 85% approval rating, you'd just be like, make him supreme dictator forever, because obviously everybody loves him. What do we want to do with our research? What kinds of things do we want to learn? What do we want to go ahead with? Well, we could do a spache program. We could get down with some rocks, No, we could get down with some rockets and some explosives and some things like that. That seems like, ooh, an aircraft carrier. That seems kind of cool. Or we could do a nuclear program. Or we could be flexible with our constitutional rights, but pfft, no thank you. Nuclear explosions, please. I know what works in this world. I've lived in this world for all of 27 years, and if there's one thing that I know, it's that if your country has nuclear bombs, nobody messes with you anymore. They're just like, leave that guy alone. Let's just send him free money for the rest of his life, and let's never make him angry again because he might be able to shoot them at us. And so with that stored away and well in mind, we're going to go ahead and try and get ours before it's too late. Because if we wait till like the 2000s to try and have a weapons program, that's the point at which everybody has realized that nuclear weapons are a terrible idea. In the 1950s, we're still totally gung-ho about this. We were like, yeah, nothing will ever go wrong with nuclear power and nuclear weapons. Let's build a billion of them.
We have the military power. Now, let's do something really stupid and see where it gets us.
Okay, and so he says, starting an international incident is always fun and usually pays quite well. Of course, we might also do something totally outrageous. Let's proclaim we have a super weapon.
No one believes our claims. How could they?
So nobody believed our claims. They totally thought that we were just like making shit up. And so what they want us to do now is we should build something that looks ominous when seen from a spy plane. I know just the thing. Have 3 waste treatment plants. Good! Well, Operation Hippy-Hug Poopy Pump was already moving in that direction. And so I think that is exactly where we're going to continue working. How big is this pump going to be? Why is nothing happening over here? Why is there no output in existence? What is occurring here? Why are you not profitable? Oh, is it just because of local consumption or something? I don't know. Everybody can take food from wherever they want. I need to figure out, this building is not producing, though. Why is this building not producing? I've specifically had you have livestock there so that you're making produce. That's literally your job is named produce. So let's get on this. I don't know how to fix this. There's not really anything here that is coming to mind. This one's still working. Why are these ones not working? I am really sort of interested in why this is not working, but I don't want to stare at it for too long because I feel like that's a giant waste of the episode. It should be producing something, right? Oh, does it have a corn input? Oh, we need feedstock. Okay, so let's get on that then. Let's get on that. So since we need feedstock, that makes sense. I mean, animals like to eat food, right? I mean, who would have forgotten that? Totally not me. I totally know that animals like to eat food because I feed my pets on a regular basis. Let's do a factory farm. Oh, they require corn. Okay, so that's the stipulation that I never noticed. That was my preliminary downfall right there. And so what we want to do now is we're just going to put in a ton of corn farms because it's becoming pertinent and we sort of need it. So let's just do that before any other horrible things happen. My favorite part of this song right here is the next part, when it goes from right here. Oh, it didn't do it. Never mind. It's on the next bar. Hold on. We'll wait for it. We will wait for it, and I'm going to cue it. That's my favorite part right there. I have to sing along. It has to happen. No, and I built this improperly because I'm an idiot. Da da da. I also like it when bars end with a da 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 at the end. It makes me happy. Oh, good. We're under rebel attack again. We're under attack by a Z rebels. Luckily, they're only going after one of our guard towers, and so they should get gunned down to the man. Also, our death squad has arrived. They're flanked. Yes! Annihilate them, my noble troops! Fight to the last man! Murder every— No, 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 no! Don't let them escape! Don't let them escape! Murder them! Or banish them, at the bare minimum. Yes, Avelina Edwards must die. And Alexis Amory must die. Everyone must die. Universal murder for everybody. It's like the opposite of universal healthcare. Oh, we even brought out the tanks and we didn't get to kill anybody with them. It's okay, he's running over our normal citizens. Okay, so with the corn farms, let's get these things up and running. With selective breeding to make sure that we have enough corn farms to go around. And we should also probably build another Teamsters union out here somewhere. Although I think we've probably just about run out of workers. Oh no, we have 40 people that are ready to go. We have plenty of workers. What the hell am I talking about? Let's also do a Teamsters union and then a parking lot out here. So there we are. We will continue our lifelong adventure in paving paradise and put in another parking lot. And I'm totally not trying to gain royalties from somebody else's music right there. Our tanks have just stopped in this field out here. It seemed like a good place to do donuts. They've given up. Oh, we got attacked right there too. Oh, well, they're about to get pistol whipped. We have defeated the rebels. Hell yes. That is how we ride. And so our oil well is not doing anything right now. Why do I get the feeling oil well? Is it because our education is lackluster? I mean, we have high schools and colleges and things. You would think that it would be alright right now. And so we put in the Poopy pump up here, as I understand it. There it is, Poopy pump. Well done.
Presidente, I encountered a hostile atom today. It was attached to a hostile punch, attached to a hostile arm, attached to a hostile lady. This was clearly a provocation. I have declared a war on all atoms. I propose we use neutrons to split their forces.
Alright, so puns aside, we've completed our nuclear research, and we should be able to make nuclear weapons pretty soon. And now the obvious step that we need to take is a space program so that we can drop nuclear weapons from space on people. And so now that we have a nuclear program, how do we make this work? Hold on here. Nuclear program. $36,000. That reduces the chance of a foreign invasion. Yeah, I bet it would. I bet that it would. Okay, well, we got the money to do it right now. I'm not going to do it just yet. I'm going to sit on it for a little while. What we need to do is, I said Hippy-Hug, Poopy Pump was the plan for the day, and so that's what we're going to try and stick to. We need to go with another waste treatment plant. Oh my god, environmentally, we are just molesting the environment over here. And I'm not seeing a whole lot of places that I could potentially drop one of these either. What is this? A sugar plantation. Is it profitable? It's really profitable. Where's something that's not so profitable that I can get rid of? So that I can put in some more wastewater treatment plants. What is this?
Presidente, I am overjoyed that you chose this means to end the war, as are all militarists. Never again will the world make jokes about our little rockets.
And so we've compensated. I'm not going to move to the next era yet. I'm going to continue working on the one that we have. I want to make sure that our infrastructure is looking good before we go too much further. Making a little bit of money from here, doing our exports. We need to get the bauxite mine up and running. There we go. And the bauxite mine, we need to get that done because I set up an export cycle over here where we would export bauxite. We would export aluminium in order to make people happy, and so that needs to, like, occur. Are these all working now? They all have the corn input that they need? Well, one of them does. This one, however, is not receiving that same amount of gentle loving care. Why did I put a barracks way the hell out here? That seems like the dumbest plan ever. Wow, I dropped the ball on that one. I really dropped the ball there. Oh well, waste treatment plants. I guess we'll use whatever space we have to put in the waste treatment plants. Put one right there. And I mean, technically I can drop one in the middle of a field, and it would make it less profitable. Although simultaneously we would get some added benefit out of it. Sure, we'll just mess with their land right there. We need a waste treatment plant a little bit closer anyways, so we're spending the money. Hippy-Hug Poopy Pants should be moving us on up. Let's take a look with our factions here. They are still kind of grumpy with us. Well, you know what? Sometimes you just can't make a hippie happy. Poor standing with 257 voters. Issued waste sorting edict. We have the free market constitution. Okay, so police state. Shouldn't they be happy because we've been putting in waste management pumps? I mean, I know that they're not done yet, so there is the distinct possibility that we'll stop because of a rolling blackout. Am I using too many resources? Oh, I'm using too much power right now. Balls. Why does the universe hate me so much? It's also because we don't have enough Teamsters to move stuff around. So I need to continue dropping in Teamsters unions. We'll put one right there. Hell, put them side by side. I don't care. Just get things where they need to go. Because as of right now, the big holdup that we've been having is that we can't get power supplied to various locations quite as effectively as we would like. Put another one out here, and then we'll start putting parking lots in too so that people can get around a little bit better. I've already got one over there. We'll squeeze one in right there. That'll obviously help out a little bit. We're going to keep it to ourselves. We're not going to give it away to anybody. I mean, we could take a side right here, but the other ones have really, like, large downsides. We could get invaded, and I don't think we're quite ready for that yet.
I might have been just a touch off in my careful, calculated predictions.
Okay, so we're going to abandon that one, because that was a quest to get our tourism up and running, and we're just not there yet. We are not at the point we need to be in order for tourism to be working. 92% loyalty right there. We're looking really, really good. How is our unemployment still looking okay? We have a lot of open jobs. We have like no homeless, so things are looking really, really good for us right now. We have a bunch of retirees. Let's take a look at our mandates and our edicts and see what we can do. So we can do a census. I don't think that's going to be that useful right now. Urban development, no. Mardi Gras. I don't think... So we could go with agricultural subsidies. I'll issue that one because that makes all of our farms and plantations more effective, and it only costs us $600 a month, and so I think the amount that we're going to make out of that is going to be a lot more than anything else. Global Research Initiative, no. Sovereign debt, no, we don't need to borrow any money right now, we're good. Prohibition's obviously not going to do us much good. Tropicans will have to pay for healthcare. Okay, so we don't want to do that. Smear campaign, obviously not going to help us out early elections. You only want to use that in very specific situations. Cold War, so we have sensitivity training. That's going to make our police reduce liberty less. So we should probably do that given how many military buildings we have. Immunization campaign, if completed, it makes the efficiencies of hospitals. Okay, so we'll do that as well. See if we can raise healthcare a little bit. Waste sorting, we already have active. Provoke the rebels. I don't think that's going to be what's going to be... That's not a cogent strategy right now because we already have them totally handled. No problem. On this side, I think we were actually just out of power. It looks like our natural gas and coal inputs are looking okay. We may just need to build another power plant. We'll wait and see. I want to see after this recovers. Oh, we have 305 after it recovers. It's just a matter of making sure that it has enough output over time. So we're still, I think power, kind of the way that you import your own stuff. I think opening up a coal mine will probably do a good job for us as well. We'll increase that up to make sure that we have a bunch of people. I want to make sure that our magnate is good to go right here, so we'll hire her. With our other buildings, we want to make sure that our industrial buildings are always doing quite well. What manager can we put in right here? Let's go with a foreman to increase the job quality. And so that's at 100%. We're still sitting at 90%, so... Okay, so we have a heat wave. This is actually going to wipe out a whole bunch of our farms. So we may lose a little bit of money right now. This is going to be one of those times where you don't want to spend any cash. So when you have a drought, when you have a heat wave, any of that sort of thing, you really, really want to hold off, especially in a raw materials society like we have. Our exports are going to be way, way down right now, so we're going to be floating on our excess for a little while. So we're just going to hang out for a bit. We are not going to deploy anything if we can help it. The other thing we might consider doing is creating a few more production buildings once this is over. I do think that we've got all of our basic machinery handled. Let's make sure that those are always working properly so that we get the maximum amount of diffusion of nasty environmental side effects. I mean, this area is still... We would need a lot more to make this area clean, because you can see right here we've got these...
We have discovered a novel technique for scanning the brain and displaying its contents. While testing this new discovery on me, we found a huge empty space. The universe also consists primarily of empty space. Coincidence? I think not.
Penultimo has found himself causation for all the things that don't make sense to him in life. Let's go with native foreigners. We're going to start getting some tourism going. And I think where we're going to do it is going to be over in this corner. But for now, I think this building is bugged out because of the roads. Sometimes it just doesn't, I don't know. I couldn't honestly tell you why this is not working properly. I think it probably has something to do with the road placement. That's almost always. Industrial buildings are weird about the way that roads are placed. Oh, never mind. It's working now.
Victory, Presidente. With the help of my secret rain dance technique.
Okay, so we got that done. We now have rain, which is going to allow us to get all of our farms and crops back up and running. It's going to take a while, though, and so as you can see, as I said, we're losing money in this cycle, so we want to be very, very careful about the way that we conduct ourselves. What we could do is we could export some of our oil, but seeing as we are consuming oil right now, I'd love to wean us off of foreign powers for oil, if possible, or at least, you know, do our own thing for a bit if we can make it work. Anything that we produce for ourselves kind of eliminates the excess that we have to bring in via imports, so... Always things to think about. Now, this bauxite mine should be incredibly, incredibly profitable for us because I did put in exports for, if you look at our trade menu right here, we're exporting bauxite right now for almost 3,000 per cycle, so that's going to be really, really good. The default price is 1,700, so we're selling to China for a ridiculous amount right now. We're making a lot of money off the Chinese at the moment, so that'll be good. With these, are there any upgrades? Reactive armor? Sure, let's go with reactive armor to make that work a bit better. Also increase their wages to the maximum. And we're back up to 92%, so things are looking a lot better for us right now. Teamster's office, make sure that they're getting paid at the level that they need to be paid at. Make sure our dock workers are being paid at the rate that they need to be paid at. I miss buildings. It's just, I do it. I do it from time to time. So you'll have to bear with me as I try and make sure that everybody's clinics need to be working better. Hospitalization wing has already been deployed. Alright. Alright. I think our next residential area is going to be more than likely placed out here somewhere. But our homelessness... Oh, never mind. Our homelessness is actually spiking back up for once. And I don't know where the preliminary... I don't know where the...
conducted thorough testing to identify the preferences of those strange species inhabiting foreign countries and found out some amazing facts. Did you know how to entertain a foreigner for an entire day? Put him in a round room and tell him there's a croissant in the corner. The valuable information we have collected will allow us to communicate with these simple-minded creatures.
Okay, and so now we have International Summit, we have tourism campaigns, we have organic campaigns. Let's have a look at the end of the list right here. And I think the only thing that we have remaining is going to be the aircraft carrier. So let's go ahead and put that in place. We want to start working on our housing situation though too. So let us once again expand out the roads of our little suburban area. Oh good, it's not going to allow us to do that. That's enjoyable. There must be like a big rock or something in the way over there. Okay, so we'll cut it this way then. And we'll do the best that we can with what we have. Maybe I'll put a supermarket at the end or something once it expands out. Let's go for normal houses here. We're going to go for residential houses. Tenement buildings, not really. Oh, we have apartment buildings now. Okay, so let's go with apartment buildings then. I don't think this would actually be a terrible solution to our housing problem over here. If I could demolish some of this, yeah, let's do it. We'll just put in apartment blocks instead of all of these little country houses that we have in here. We're doing a little bit of retrofitting at the moment. So what we want to do now is we'll take the apartment building. Drop that in there. It does for 10 families, it said? You would think it would be way more than that. It's an apartment building. Either way, I'll have a look at it. Oh, 10 families. Okay. Well, that's not actually that great compared to the country house. I mean, I'd still rather drop a whole bunch of these in here and use the extra space for whatever. There we go. Lovely. It's going to take that a while to get constructed if I know Tropico. Okay, and the immunization campaign has taken place and it's increased our healthcare. That's good. I'm just going to try and get these going as soon as possible. I don't know when that building's going to go down, but it needs to go down soon. You forgive that frog in my throat there briefly. There we go. Also, it looks nicer, so we should be able...
Good show, old chap. Let's hit them with technological envy. That will smart for a lifetime.
He says we can send Penultimo as our first chimpanzee in space. God, so you can either do it with a nuclear program or you can do it with a space program, I guess.
Might have been just a touch off in my careful, calculated predictions.
They want me to put in a historic inn. I don't even know what that is, but we'll do one. Might as well. How can I upgrade this? Electrification? Good. Let's go ahead and electrify it. And as these go up, we'll try and get each one electrified before we go much further. I would also suggest wiping out all of these little country buildings.
Daddy got me a wooden gun.
There we go. And so we'll drop more apartments in here. And if we can't drop an apartment in there, we'll try and do a... Yeah, the apartments work. Whatever. And so we will up that up. Activate to add more housing space for 4 more families, but the housing quality will go down by 10. Well, that'll be offset by electricization, right?
Look at me!
And I think I electrified all the country houses too, so we may have gotten ourselves a little bit of leeway when it comes to our electrical grid by doing that too. Cool. Yeah, electrification here. Oops, I just modernized all my houses. That was an accident. Well, it had to happen at some point, so it's fine. We'll recover. I'm going to break the episode off right here after having modernized all of my houses. Oops. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me in the Nerd Castle for another episode of Tropico 5. In the next episode, I'm more than likely going to have to occupy myself by making up for the fact that I totally just screwed up and my approval rating dropped overnight. So we'll deal with that in the next episode. I will see you all there. Take care, everybody, and hi-do.